And welcome, first of all, of course, to the hybrid CITS communication webinar. My name is Martin Böhm. I'm Secretary General of the Zeroth platform, and we are happy to have now our third webinar in a series, this time really focusing on hybrid CITS. Background is that hybrid CITS, it's heavily discussed in Europe, but also outside of Europe. We want to give a brief overview about what is meant by hybrid, how does hybrid work, and also to give some practical insights, for sure from Norway and hopefully as well from France. I will kick off the webinar. We will then skip the order, as already mentioned. We will have Alexander Frötscher second to give a review of Zeroth's cross tests, which were specifically done on long-range CITS. We will then have a look to Norway, where Christian Berg Skjetne will explain us the steps how to become operative for long-range CITS, and then hopefully we will have Risto Örni from Finland having a look on the IP-based communication profiles, and last but not least, the plan is to have Marie-Christine Esposito from France to give us some insights on best practice implementation. When looking to Zeroth, I guess most of you are aware of that. We are a platform uniting 21 European countries. We have more than 50 cities contributing to the work of the platform. We are focusing on harmonization of specifications, hoping and aiming for interoperability of CITS all across Europe. We have large deployments all across Europe, and luckily us, also there are now more than 1.5 million of vehicles already on European roads receiving our CITS messages, sending us their CITS messages. So we have linked the vehicle to the new CITS ecosystem. This time, as already mentioned, we are focusing on the hybrid communication mix. And hybrid, as it can already be seen in the European CITS strategy from 2016, it's really using all kinds of communication media to exchange messages between the vehicle on the one hand and the infrastructure on the other hand. In the last webinars and in the past, we very much discussed the short-range links, so looking to 802.11p or ITS-G5. But more and more, we also see that the long-range services using cellular networks are becoming more and more important. Here we are as well operative in the one or other country. Here we are as well sharing our messages between the infrastructure and the vehicles. Very important for us is that long range and short range complement each other, and that we are having the same message with both communication channels. As already mentioned, we are always looking towards the bidirectional communication link, so it's not just one direction we are sending the messages, but we as well receive messages from the vehicles, meaning that the vehicles more and more are becoming movable sensors for the traffic management. Very important for both links, and we don't care if it's short or long range, we have the same CITS message formats. So we have a unique event identifier. That's very important. So the same message is sent via different communication channels, and the receiver will identify its one and same message, regardless the communication link I'm receiving that message from. We have, of course, the event type. Very important for us is still a security certificate, which goes as well with both communication media. That makes the message a trustful message. That makes the message a message that's really sent by the road operator or by the individual vehicle. Also, each message is carrying the event location, the event extensions, maybe even the lane information and the traces. That means that the message itself can be linked to whatever map, so we don't need to send the digital map with the message. So when talking about hybrid CITS from the infrastructure side, you see here the left side of the picture. That's primarily what C-Roads is focusing. That's looking, that's the area for the road operators. So on the one hand, as already stated, 802.11p, so ITS G5. But on the other hand, we are also looking to the IP-based basic interface. That's the interface that's serving for the moment long range, that's serving mobile networks. Here we see CITS brokers deployed all across Europe. So we have the hybrid communication CITS messages broadcasted locally via direct communication, and they are as well published on the CITS brokers. It's one and the same message which can be received via both ways. Very important. All the messages have the same ID for the same traffic event and the same security header. Details on the flow, on the communication flow will be explained by Alexander and hopefully as well by Risto. That's more or less the intro from my side, just giving an overview what we understand under hybrid CITS.